What is up, players? It's Warboss Tay back up in this mug. Welcome to a video that is going to probably be part of a series of videos that I'm going to be doing as we're getting closer and closer. The clock is ticking down to July 1st, and that means the beginning of the 2017 July Painting Challenge. I hope you're all in. I hope you're going to participate, and if not, I hope you're going to cheer the rest of us on from the sidelines. It's okay to just spectate and watch and hang out. Join us in the Google group and see everybody's projects as they come together this July. I am so excited. I really am. I'm looking forward to it. And first of all, I really have to say thanks to Jamjar. I don't think I mentioned this in any of my other videos, but he's actually the reason why this whole thing is even happening this year. Because I was on Facebook one day working my 9 to 5, living my life, and just going through the grind of real life and kind of letting my hobby and my commission painting really suffer because I had to pay the bills and commission painting wasn't doing it for me. And then one day on Facebook I get a message from him and it's like, "Hey, well, boss, it's Jamjar. So what's up with the July Painting Challenge? Is it a go? Is it going to happen this year or not?" And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's already, May or June when he sent it. And I thought, when are we going to, how am I going to have the time to really put it together? It's so time consuming for me as a video producer and as a painter. And then I thought, this is something that I've been doing every single year. And if I stopped this year just because of my, my living situation and my real life stuff, then, that'd be terrible. And I don't care. I'm just going to jump in and pull it together. So that's what's going on. So thank you, Jamjar. That's first out of the way. That's number one. Got to say thank you for inspiring me to get off my butt and put it together. And for all of you who are going to join in, I hope you're going to enjoy it. I know that I always enjoy following everybody's projects. It's just such a great month of creativity and inspiration and just productivity. So here we go. Now on to the main subject of the video, which is the Lore Master tier. I've been thinking a lot about my Lore Master challenge and what I want to do with it. And so I kind of just want to share with you all my ideas and my thoughts and what's motivating me to get this done this year. So first of all, as some of you may know, I'm trying to become a writer. And I want to write fiction, I want to write science fiction, I want to write fantasy. And just like many of you here, I'm totally swept up and inspired and in love with the worlds created by Tolkien and, George R.R. Martin and George Lucas and all of the different fictional universes out there. I love it. I love getting lost in the worlds like Warhammer 40K, Star Wars, and all of that. So I thought, instead of waiting for the next Star Wars movie to come along, or instead of waiting for George R.R. Martin to finish writing the next Song of Ice and Fire book, why don't I just start writing myself? And so I've been doing that. I've been writing some short fiction over the last couple of months. Those of you who followed me on Patreon have read my stories and everything. But what I really want to do is I want to kind of tie it into my challenge. So it's going to go hand in hand. My fiction is going to go hand in hand with what I'm doing for the July Painting Challenge. It's going to be insane. I don't even know how it's all going to come together, but I've got an idea in my head. And the idea is wrapped around the genre that is slowly starting to gain traction, and it's called military fantasy. So bear with me. If you've heard of military science fiction, that's kind of like the space age, Warhammer 40K, militaries in space in the far-flung future, like Starship Troopers and like Aliens, I guess could be considered military science fiction and horror and action and stuff. But there's not many books out there. There are not many books out there that are geared towards military fantasy. So military and armies and fighting, but rather than just following a core group of adventurers or heroes, commanders and leaders in the wars, like really following the state trooper, the line man, the line soldier, one of hundreds and hundreds that are kind of the nameless ones in the back, that when Aragorn is giving his speech, everybody, he's like the guy in the back that's like, freedom. I'm getting all my movies mixed up, but you know what I mean. So my story, my entire Lore Master challenge is going to tie into this upcoming series that I want to write. And the series is going to be called Footman, footman right now, and it's basically going to be one of these guys, the swordsman in an army that is going up against other humans, then other nefarious evil creatures, and then finally the big bad, like the Sauron-esque, or the White Walkers of this universe. But it's all going to start with the character's training and him deciding to leave the farm and join the army, and what his motivations are and why he wants to succeed and what he wants to do. And he doesn't aspire to be like the Jon Snow character. He doesn't want to be the king or the general. He just wants to serve his country, fight in the army, do good, and, you know, protect his country, protect his empire from evil creatures. And how slowly, as he gains more experience and as he survives the battles that he's in, he kind of changes his worldview to reflect that. So that's my idea, my initial thoughts. I'm kind of hashing out what my 4 goals are, my objectives, and I guess, the storyline for him and his quest. And I really, really hope you follow along, and I hope you're as interested in it as I am. Really, though, more than that, what I'm hoping is that when I just kind of ramble or talk about my ideas for my Lore Master Challenge, I hope it inspires some creative, I guess, ideas in you. And maybe you don't want to take part in the Lore Master tier this year, and maybe it's a little too much to invest yourself in because, you know, I'm trying to be a writer and maybe you're not. And that's absolutely understandable because I'm sure you've got your own life with your own job and family and school and everything. But you never know. Maybe you might hear something that clicks with you and that makes you think, whoa, Taya's going to start writing and start doing this kind of in addition to his painting challenge, and maybe that might spark some creative energy in you. That's what I hope, anyways. So my goal is, we're going to go through the challenge, I'm going to make my goals, or not, maybe I'll fail, in which case that might be even more interesting for my hero, as, you know, he loses some battles and he is not on the winning side of some fights, and that might be good for his growth as a character. But I'm not really going to share anything with the group, any huge written documents, because I actually, you know, I'm going to need to take some time off after and write out the stories. But I will share with you my hero's goals and what the weekly objectives are and what succeeding or failing in those objectives is going to mean for him as a soldier. So I'm thinking for now it's going to go through, because I hopefully want to develop this into a series of books. But for now, the stories are mainly going to be short stories that have to deal with him, why he joins with the army. Maybe it could be week 1's objectives. The second week could be his initial training, his military, I guess, how they try to weed out the weak ones from the ones that are actually going to end up being soldier material. And then the third week could be how he's training, and then he might, hopefully if I reach my week 2 objectives, if I reach them, then that would be when he gets chosen out maybe to be like a squad leader or a section leader, and how he starts to learn tactics and maneuvers. And if not, then it's going to be him just, you know, going on patrols and learning from the veterans in the unit. But I'm thinking by the end of week 4, I'm going to have his whole, maybe book 1 kind of charted out. And then I'm going to go away, and I'm going to lock myself in my man cave. I'm going to write it out while I'm doing everything else in my life. And then I'll come back with the finished product, and then I'm going to throw it up on Amazon Books or, you know, iBooks, and see how it does. So, hey, I hope that inspires you. I hope that sounds cool and awesome to you. It's really going to tie in my hobby as a painter, my work as a painter, as a creative hobbyist, to this life plan that I'm charting out for myself, this life course of being a fantasy writer. And the universe is going to be very Warhammer fantasy-esque, very old world. Not too much monsters and magic, so maybe not. Maybe it would be closer to like Westeros in Game of Thrones, and more humans and political machinations, and then some monsters thrown into the mix there. Maybe a little bit of magic, but nothing too crazy, and definitely nothing as high fantasy as Tolkien. But hey, if you have any ideas for what you'd like to do, if you're planning, if this video has inspired you to even think about attempting the Lore Master Challenge, you don't have to write a book. You don't have to. You could just tell a story by the end of the month. If just telling a story about your avatar, your hero, your character. If that sounds interesting to you, then jump on the Lore Master tier, because it's always what I find one of the most interesting things about this challenge. And I hope you join me. Hey, thanks for watching.